All right, y'all. Hello, everybody. Welcome to my channel. It's Gordon Turns. In this video, I am doing the dessert to go along with our turkey and cheese bread rolls. So in this video, we're going to be making individual cinnamon rolls. I'm going to be doing a blueberry and one regular. The blueberry is for my husband, and of course the regular is for me. And so I am doubling this recipe because this is an individual, so I'm doing two. So I will give you, and what you will see in the description box will be the recipe for one cinnamon roll, one individual cinnamon roll. I'm going to tell you the ingredients that you're going to need, and then I am doubling my ingredients in this video because there are two people that live here. All right. So what I've already added to my bowl is a 1/4 cup of milk, I've added a 1/2 cup, but you will add a 1/4 cup of milk. I added 1 teaspoon of yeast. You will add a 1/2 teaspoon of yeast, and I added 2 tablespoons of sugar. You will need 1 tablespoon of sugar. Okay, so we are up to that point together. Okay, so let me tell you what else you're going to need. I'm going to read down your recipe list ingredients if you're doing one recipe, one cinnamon roll. So for your one cinnamon roll, you will need 1/4 cup of milk, 1 tablespoon of butter, 1 tablespoon of sugar, a 1/2 teaspoon of yeast, 2/3 cup of flour, plus a little bit more for kneading, and then 1/8 teaspoon or pinch of salt. So I'm going to need 2 tablespoons of butter, and I have that right here. 1, 2. I hope everybody's doing all right. I like to say that because you never know what somebody may need to hear. You never know. You never know. All right, so let me go ahead and put in my 2/3 here. This is what we're going to do, 2/3. This is just my 1/2. All right, so I'm going to do about 2/3. And then I'm going to knead until a dough ball starts to form, and then I'm going to switch to my dough hook. All right, so I'm going to scrape down my sides here. Okay, I'm going to add my second 2/3 cup. And I am going to need a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. You will need an 1/8. I'm going to get 4 teaspoons of salt, which is still a pinch. All right, let's blend this together. All right, as you can see, we have a dough ball formed, so I'm going to let my machine knead this for about 5 minutes. All right, so we are ready to put this in my bowl. I already greased my bowl. Get it out here. Really small little ball here. This should be just enough for me and my hubby. All right, form my little ball. And I got a smaller bowl this time. I'll go ahead and place that inside. Spray it, and then let it rise for about 1 hour. All right, so let's make the blueberry filling for our blueberry. This ain't gonna rip the whole bag. I'm gonna have to put this in another bag. For our blueberry cinnamon rolls, this is for my husband. I'm not a fan of blueberries, so I'm making him some blueberry, and I'm just gonna have regular cinnamon rolls for dessert. So you need about 1 cup of blueberries. These were frozen blueberries. So I'm gonna have to put in another bag because it's good. All right, you need about a 1/4 cup of sugar. Get a pinch of salt. 2 tablespoons of butter. You need 1/2 of a zest, a lemon. Gonna zest that directly into my pot here. 1, 2, I love you. grief. Oh, I was just listening to Toni Braxton. I love me some Toni Braxton. I'm going a little bit crazy with this. This is a little bit more than half, but you know, lemon's delicious. I'm gonna cut this lemon now and squeeze half of a lemon. And this has seeds, so I'm gonna squeeze it over my fingers. And then you see I caught all the lemon seeds here. All right. And then you want to put in about a teaspoon of vanilla. And then this is going to go over a low heat. I'm gonna let this simmer until the blueberries start to break down. Then I'm gonna take it off and let it cool. So I also don't throw away my lemon peels. I put this in a container with some vinegar for a couple weeks, and then you can actually use that as a cleanser for your house. It's a disinfectant. Wonder if did you know that? All right, like, share, and subscribe. All right, right at the end there, you want to put about half of a teaspoon of cornstarch in with a little bit of your blueberry juice. Mix that well, and then you're going to pour that into your hot blueberry preserves or jam or whatever we're going to make this. It's going to be the filling for our cinnamon roll. And then you want to mix this up. Let this heat up for just a little bit. Remove it from your heat, and it will thicken. And we're going to use this for the filling of our cinnamon roll. All right, let's do our cinnamon rolls now. So I have lightly floured my surface, and my dough has risen. I'm going to punch it down. And I'm going to get 2 cinnamon rolls out of this. So I'm going to cut this in half. Roll that up. All right. Now I'm going to cover one while we roll this one out here. All right, let me get that measurement for you guys. This is about 6 by 6 by 6. All right, so you need about a tablespoon of soft butter. And you want to spread your layer down evenly. All right, now you want to sprinkle on about a tablespoon of brown sugar. That's probably about a tablespoon and a half of brown sugar. My cinnamon sugar. This is cinnamon sugar. And I'm going to put about a half a teaspoon of cinnamon sugar. Or actually, I'm going to do a tablespoon of cinnamon sugar. Just coat it. All right. And then you want to roll this up. So with this, I have these heart-shaped spring form pans. without the bottoms on them. I'm going to put my cinnamon rolls inside of these. So I'm going to cut this in 3 pieces. And then I'm going to place them inside of my pan here. Like so. And then I'm going to do my blueberry cinnamon roll next. All right, we got our blueberry dough here. I'm going to roll this out. All right, tablespoon of butter. Spread this out. All right, I'm gonna cut this in 3 pieces. My hubby is here. And then I'm gonna put this in my pan. He's messing with Max. Babe! Let me put this in. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go see what he's doing. Okay, so I got the blueberry one in, and they are on 2 separate pieces of parchment paper. So I'm gonna let this rise for about 30 minutes, and then I'm gonna bake both of these. I do have a little bit of blueberries filling left that I'm gonna pour on the top before I bake it. All right, so let me cover this, and I'm gonna let this rise for the second time. All right, so these have risen. I'm just gonna sprinkle about half of a tablespoon of cinnamon sugar on top of the cinnamon roll, the regular cinnamon roll. And then on the blueberry, I'm just going to add some more of our blueberry filling. And then this is going to go into our oven. It's set at 350 because I have the rolls in there as well. 350 will do it for about 20-25 minutes, and then I'll let you see what they look like when they are done. All right, here are my cinnamon rolls. So I'm gonna let these cool down a little bit. Look at the blueberry one. Don't they look delicious? This is mine, the one I'm gonna be tearing up tonight, and then this is my husband's, the blueberry. This looks so cute, and he has a little bit extra blueberry filling that he can just pour on top if he wants. So I'm gonna make a really quick icing with just some powdered sugar, milk, and vanilla, and then I'm gonna ice these. All right, don't forget, like, share, and subscribe. All right, let's see if we can get these out of the foreign pans here. Here is the regular cinnamon roll. Oh, and it made some candy. Look at that. I'm gonna put that on as a garnish. Okay, so I'm gonna see if I can lift this out. Look at that. I got it out. And then the bottom is heart shaped, as you can see. It got a little, it's actually brown. But yes, look at that. That is so pretty. Okay, let's pop out my husband's. This one is a little bit more messy. Okay, let me get it over. Whew. Uh-oh. Hey, babe, come here and help me get this out. Hold on, just... No, you know what? I'm going to keep going.
What you need to do?
Okay, I'm trying to see how I'm going to
pull. Oh, okay, here. I can push in, you can pull up.
Okay, so you pull it out like this.
I'm just going... You mean push it in, right?
Here it is. Oh. Lift it off. All right. All right, look at that. This is my hubby's blueberry.
Oh, that is beautiful.
And it's shaped like a heart. Can't barely get it off of the wrapper, the plate here.
Yeah.
All right, and then I didn't take this off. Let me take this off here. While they are still warm, ain't they pretty? I have some homemade icing. I'm not doing cream cheese. This is just about a half a cup of powdered sugar, teaspoon of vanilla, and a tablespoon of milk. And I'm just gonna drizzle some of that on. And then I'm gonna let it cool down with this on, and then I might put on just a little bit more. And then we're gonna do my husband's here. Let me get my piece of stuff. He can't have this. This is mine. This is brown sugar candy that came out the bottom. And this is not even date night, y'all. This is just Friday dinner. Friday night dinner. And then I'm going to put on some more of his blueberry filling here.
Very blessed.
Let that run down. All right. And there we go. We have our blueberry heart-shaped cinnamon roll, individual recipe for one cinnamon roll. That's what this is. I did 2 because there are 2 of us. So this is my husband's blueberry, and this is my brown sugar and cinnamon. What? With icing, with homemade icing. All right, y'all, don't forget, like, share, and subscribe. This is what we're having for dessert tonight. You could be having it too if you subscribe to my channel. What are you having? Don't forget, like, share, and subscribe. Okay, so I'm serving up dinner. We have our turkey rolls here. Turkey, cheese, bread rolls. I have this for some dipping sauce. I'm probably going to do like some ranch or some French dressing. And then I'm going to put some of our nice Asian style salad, slaw, on the plate here to go along with it. All right, and then for dessert we have, I am having a brown sugar cinnamon roll. One serving size. Look for that recipe, it should be coming up soon. And then my husband is having a blueberry cinnamon roll. Homemade. This is a recipe for one cinnamon roll, so you could just make one for yourself. It take about 25 minutes or so, but you can make your own cinnamon roll. Just have a personal roll. And then this is in the shape of a heart because I put it in a heart mold. So this is what we're having for dinner tonight. What are you having? And this is dessert. Like, share, and subscribe.